And hello, everyone, and welcome once again to Virgil Fletcher Gymnasium here on the campus of Collinsville High School. I am Todd Duke, and we're ready for some more basketball action today. Feels like we were just here yesterday. Oh, wait, we were just here yesterday. We are back. Madison was the opponent yesterday for both your JV Kahawks and your varsity Kahawks, so we switched from non-conference action to conference action as we welcome in the Alton Redbirds today. And again, a very good evening, everyone. I'm Todd Duke. Miranda Rogers will be operating the camera here for this JV game. Eric Anderson and his Collinsville JV Kahawks taking the floor, trying to remain red hot. They are 8-0 on the year, and they are 6-0 in conference play as they get ready to take on the junior varsity version of the Alton Redbirds. This basketball season got started with Collinsville playing at Alton. Both the JV boys and the varsity boys up in Alton were winners of their respective games. The JV boys won by a final score of 74-31, while their varsity counterparts won 61-40. These two teams get ready to take the court once again. Here are your starters. Alton Redbirds will trot out Byron Stampley, a 6-foot sophomore. Noah Harden, a 6-foot junior. Roger Elliott Jr., he is a 6'3" junior. Prince Clanton L., a 6-foot sophomore. And the final one of the starting five for Alton is Blake Hall, a 6'3" sophomore. For Collinsville, they will bring to the floor Devin Davis. He took over the team lead in points after yesterday's win over Madison. Davis is a 6'1" junior. Matt Clark, 6'3" junior on the floor. Jake Wilkinson, who did lead the team in points until yesterday, he's a 6'2" sophomore. He's out there as well. Zach Chambers, the 6'7" tall kid, the freshman on the floor for Collinsville. And Alex Lorsback, he is a 5'9" junior. He played in the varsity game last night. He was the only one on the whole entire varsity roster that did not get to score a point. And boy, they tried there at the very end of that win last night over Madison, 74-30. So we're just about ready for the JV game here. As I mentioned, Eric Anderson has his team off and running. They're averaging 53.9 from the floor. They're hitting 43.8% of their three-point shots. They're at 66% from the free throw line. They're averaging 32.4 rebounds per game. And they're stealing the ball about 5.3 times per game as their opponents are turning the ball over about 12 times per game. So, and that has a little bit to do with the steal category as well. Leading scorer in the game against the Alton Redbirds last time these two JV teams met was Jake Wilkinson. He knocked down 15 points. He wasn't the only one in double digits, though. Devin Davis had 13, and Dayton Horace had 12. Wilkinson helped himself out by going 3 for 4 from the from the free throw line. And as a team that night, Collinsville only shot 6 3-point tries, and they hit 5 of them. So a pretty good night for the old JVers from the Collinsville Kahawks. Here is Byron Stampley. We are underway, and that is Elliott. Elliott fires it over in the corner to Clanton L. A 3-point shot misses the mark. Rebound belongs to the Alton Redbirds, but the turnover also belongs to the Redbirds as Devin Davis stepped right in front of the intended receiver and picked that one off. 3-point try from Wilkinson misses the mark. Rebound this time belongs to the Alton Redbirds. So each team has had a crack on offense and nothing doing thus far. Here's Stampley. Hands the ball off to Clanton L. And another turnover by Alton. Davis drives, takes the shot, can't get it to go, but cleaning up the trash is Alex Lorsback, and Collinsville breaks the ice first. And the Kahawks lead 2-0. On the run, Stampley runs right into Wilkinson, has to backtrack, and over on the far side gives it up for Elliott. Hands the ball back over to Stampley. Stampley just outside the lane, takes the shot, no good. There with the rebound is the tall kid on the floor, the 6'7", Zach Chambers. Here's Wilkinson, just outside the lane, ran out of room, nowhere to go with it right now until he finds Lorsback. Alex Lorsback all the way over to Davis. Into the corner for Matt Clark. Clark takes it from there and rattles one home. Collinsville up 4-0. Both of our games last night ran into running clock in the fourth quarter. The mercy rule took over, as I'm sure it did when Collinsville won 74-31 at Alton the first game of the year. Backing up. Thought he was going to take a three, was Clanton L., but instead he hands the ball off just outside the lane. Shot taken by Elliott, no good, but it bounces all the way back out to him. And then he slows things down, gives to Harden. Then over to Stampley. Stampley makes his move, dumps it off into the paint. Nowhere to go but a travel. Stopped just a little bit too hard, did Stampley. Or excuse me, Harden. And couldn't control his feet afterwards. Third turnover for the Alton Redbirds. We have played 2 minutes here in this first quarter, and Collinsville leads 5-0. They counted that as a three-point shot off Clark, huh? I thought he was on the line. First basket of the afternoon for Zach Chambers, and Collinsville extends that lead to 7-0. Alton dressed in all red. Numbers are in white, uniforms trimmed in white. They have the word Alton written across the fronts of their jerseys, right over their numbers. Collinsville, the home team, dressed in the familiar purple and white. White uniforms, purple trim, purple numbers, and the word Kahawks written across the fronts of their jerseys over the top of their numbers. There's a block by the 6'7", once again. Clark, I was just watching him move that ball all the way down to down the court, and I'll tell you what, Zach Chambers did a nice job on that block. By the way, that was his team-leading 11th block. He is the only one in double digits on the block. We have our first foul, or we have our first timeout. We have our first foul. It's going to go against Jeremiah Van Zant, and we have a timeout on the floor. And this one's going to be a 30-second timeout, so we'll step aside for just that long as well. And we're back in just a moment here on the Kahok Sports Network.
The Times-Tribune, Madison County's longest-running leading independent newspaper. The Times-Tribune covers Troy, Collinsville, Maryville, and all the villages and communities of Madison County. From area city halls to sports, including the Collinsville Kahawks and Unit 10 District News. The Times-Tribune covers that and more. The Times-Tribune is a weekly hometown newspaper published every Thursday, and a one-year subscription is only $40 for the printed and online editions. For more information, call the Times-Tribune at 618-667-3111, online at timestribunenews.com, or follow them on Facebook at Times-Tribune.
Back at Virgil Fletcher Gymnasium, 7-0 in favor of Collinsville. And then we had a little moisture on the floor right as that ball was getting ready to be inbounded. So they gave Matt Clark a three over there from that left side wing. I didn't see the arms go up, but I wasn't paying attention because I thought his foot was on the line. But apparently I was wrong. But you know what? I'm old. I wear glasses, and I'm like way far away. So referees, they get paid to notice those things. 5:04 left to play here in this first quarter. Timeout still going on as Coach Anderson plays custodian and wipes up some moisture on the ground. Now we're ready. Inbound pass set to come in from Roger Elliott Jr. And he does so. Gets it into Stampley. Stampley all the way back toward the top of the key. Hands the ball off, and Harden will launch a three-point shot. That one rattles but won't fall. And the rebound once again belongs to Zach Chambers. And Collinsville. Up to Wilkinson it goes on the wing. Lures back top of the key. Underneath, Matt Clark left all alone, but he couldn't quite get it up there. And then the ball knocked out of bounds by Blake Hall. Collinsville will get to keep it. And now we have reached 4:44 on the clock, so that means we have a mask timeout. Knew that was going to come up right after that last timeout was taken. So we will step aside for just a moment and on this mask timeout. Back in a moment on the Kahok Sports Network.
Code 3 Barbecue Supply, home of Code 3 Spices, is first responder owned by proud Kahok alums. Located at 302 East Main Street, Code 3 Barbecue Supply is your home for one-of-a-kind everything barbecue headquarters, providing the best American-made barbecue grills, smokers, rubs, sauces, accessories, and cooking expertise from professional barbecue experts. Code 3 Spices provides award-winning rubs and sauces and donates 25 cents a unit sold to first responder and military organizations to aid the fallen and assist with suicide prevention and PTSD awareness. Stop on by. See the guys at Code 3 Barbecue Supply for all of your cooking and grilling needs. Code 3 Barbecue Supply, home of the Memphis in May first place world champion Patriot sauce. Learn more about their products and mission in giving back to those who serve at code3spices.com.
Back at Virgil Fletcher Gymnasium, Todd Duke and Miranda Rogers with you. Glad that you're with us here on the Kahok Sports Network. Beautiful day outside today, man. Let me tell you what. People are riding around on their motorcycles. I was talking to my dad while I was on break today in my car, and a bee flew in and terrorized me for about 3 minutes. And for the first time, I think, since mid-November, I have not put on a sweatshirt or a hoodie. 4:44 left to play here in this opening quarter. Kahawks have a 9-0 lead, and they inbound the ball to Lorsbach as the Kahawks retain possession. Just outside the lane, now in the paint, turnaround shot, good on the two-pointer for Zach Chambers. He now has 4, and Collinsville into double digits, while Alton looks for their first points. Over on the far side, that's Elliott. Elliott dribbles once, picks the ball up and gives to Harden. Now out here for Howard. Into the corner it goes for Elliott. Back out front, and Stampley. Back to Elliott, and he hits it. On the board are the Alton Redbirds with 2 points from Roger Elliott Jr. And here is 2 more from Zach Chambers. Chambers now with 6, 13-2. Halfway through quarter number 1. On the far side, Howard brings it up over here for Stampley. Back over to Howard. Howard on the near side, far side sideline. And then back this way for Elliott. Into the corner for Harden. Harden dribbles around front, gives it up for Stampley. Stampley 1 foot in the perimeter, brings it back out, and gives it up to Elliott again. Elliott, an off-balance shot from a weird angle underneath the basket, and the ball ends up out of bounds. Alton will keep it. Player changes going on for Collinsville. Nick Horace comes in, as does Jamori Weisinger. And Simon McLean, the 6'2 sophomore, comes in for Alton. Weisinger, a 5'10 freshman. And Nick Horace, a 6-foot freshman. Alton with the ball, trailing by 11. Hand off to Stampley, almost gets away from him. Now into the corner it goes for McLean. McLean trying to dribble his way out of it, lost the handle on the ball, picks it back up, couldn't dribble his way out of trouble, so gives it up to Harden, who came in for the rescue. Now back in the corner for Stampley. Back over this way for McLean. He'll line up a 3-point shot. That one skips across the rim, and the rebound belongs to Lorsbach. Collinsville pushes it up court. Over to Horace. Back out to Lorsbach. And Weisinger right in front of the Alton bench. Now Horace, 3-point shot on the way, good. Nick Horace hits the second 3-pointer for Collinsville, and the Kahawks extend that lead to 14. 2:35 left to play here in this opening quarter. Elliott over this way now for Stampley. Almost threw it past his outstretched arm. And now McLean barely keeps it away from Wilkinson. Alton seems like they're trying to turn the ball over here on this possession, but haven't quite done it yet. Here is Stampley for 3. That one rattles but won't fall. And the rebound belongs to Wilkinson, and all the way down court. He'll hand the ball, and Mr. Weisinger takes care of his first 2 points of this game. Harden at the free throw line. Now a baseline drive, almost running out of room down there, and then a turnover because McLean definitely did run out of room. Tried to force the pass because he had nowhere to go with it. Collinsville was there, and now we have a foul coming, and they're going to call an offensive foul against Jake Wilkinson. That'll be the first Collinsville foul, actually the second Collinsville foul. Lorsbach has the other one. And Alton has yet to commit an infraction. 1:44 left to play here in this opening quarter. Stampley brings the ball up across the timeline. Into the corner it goes for Harden. Harden at the top of the key. 3-point shot on the way, and that one's nothing but net. Off of the hands of Elliott. First 3-pointer made for Alton gives them 5. We're down to a final minute 20 left to play here in this first quarter. Weisinger over on the far side. There is Blake Peak. He takes a 3-point shot. That won't fall. And the rebound belongs to the Alton Redbirds. Into the corner it goes for McLean. Back out front for Harden. Harden brings it over this way for Elliott. Elliott just outside the lane, dumps it off for Stampley. Stampley on the left wing, now at the free throw line. That is Kristen Harden. And the ball ends up out of bounds. Last touched by Lorsback. And with 51.3 left on the clock, Alton will retain possession. Inbound pass will be triggered underneath of their own basket by Roger Elliott Jr. And he throws it away. Off of the hands of Stampley. 5th turnover for Alton. That took all of about 1.2 seconds. Here is Weisinger. On the far side wing for Horace. Back to Weisinger at the free throw line peak. Bounce pass, and the bounce pass didn't quite make it where it was supposed to go. 3rd turnover for Collinsville. Stampley all the way down. Takes the shot, can't get it to go. Horace gets the rebound. 30 seconds left. Collinsville has plenty of time, and they were going to... Oh, nice shot, but couldn't finish. Now a loose ball is picked up by Alton. That's the longest rebound you'll ever see, and now trapped into the paint. Another foul coming up. This one looks like it's going to go against Matt Clark. So Clark will pick up his first. Collinsville picks up their 3rd. Comes with 20.2 seconds left to play. 18-5. Kahawks have the lead. Inbound pass coming in from Elliott. He does so to Harden. Harden gives the ball up on the wing. Now from one wing to the other for Stampley. Stampley, top of the key. Back over onto this wing for Harden. Harden from the left wing to the top of the key. Gives it up for McLean. Into the corner it goes for Stampley. Stampley tries baseline. No avenue there, and Lorsback knocks it out of bounds. And that stops the clock with 1.8 seconds left. So with 20 seconds left, Alton couldn't get their offense set up to get a shot off. And now they're down to 1.8 to try to make something happen. And that something is a three-point shot from way deep, and it misses the mark. And that is the way that the first quarter comes to a close. 18-5 in favor of your Collinsville Kahawks. We will take a break, and we'll come back. Quarter number 2 coming your way in just a moment on the Kahawk Sports Network.
The people of Illinois welcome you. The folks in Collinsville, Illinois, well, they want you to stick around for a while and enjoy the sights, the fun, the food, and, of course, the Collinsville Kahawks. The city of Collinsville is a proud supporter of the Collinsville Unit 10 School District. So welcome to Collinsville. Come on over, catch a Kahawks game, or enjoy some of the new places to eat, shop, and have fun. There's plenty to do for the young and the young at heart. Enjoy Christmas at the Collins House during the holidays, tunes at Bloom in the warm summer months, and more. There's plenty to do in Collinsville, so come on over for a bit. The folks in Collinsville would love to see you. For more information, go to www.collinsville.org. Looking to buy a new home or sell your current home? Trust the Blaylock Group of eXp Realty with all of your real estate needs. The real estate market is hot right now, and you can trust the years of experience the Blaylock Group brings to the table. The Blaylock Group can help you find your dream home, or they can help you get top dollar for your current home. Give Peyton or Emily Blaylock a call today at the Blaylock Group of eXp Realty, 618-780-4622. That's 618-780-4622. The Blaylock Group of eXp Realty.
Back at Collinsville High School, we're underway in quarter number 2. Kahawks have a 13-point lead after one quarter of play. 18-5 is our score. Collinsville with the ball. And a drive and a score by Horace. And Nick Horace now has 5. Alton with the ball trying to answer. Here is Elliott. Gets it over to McLean. McLean drives in from the right side underneath the basket. Puts on the brakes. Ball tipped. Collinsville comes up with the 6th Alton turnover. Here is Weisinger. Weisinger takes it in himself. Oh, what a nice play, but just couldn't get the finish. And now Harden gets the rebound for Collinsville, and somebody clamps on, and the whistle blows for a jump ball possession arrow, and it's in favor of Alton. They had the initial rebound anyway. Inbound pass comes in, and Elliott brings it up. Elliott. Outside for Hall. Hall in the paint, takes the shot, too short. Rebound belongs to Horace. Horace brings it up. Far side sideline. Deeper into the corner now for Weisinger. Out front for Davis, onto the right side wing, right in front of the Alton bench for Lorsbach, into the paint for Peak. Say that 3 times fast. Here is Horace with another 3-point try. That one misses the mark. Rebound belongs to the Alton Redbirds. They head of steam, and Prince Clantonell gets his first points of this game. Hyphenated last name, by the way, Clanton-EL. Into the corner, Weisinger. Weisinger brings it out of the corner onto the wing. Top of the key for Horace. Over onto the left wing now for Lorsbach, who gives to Davis. Davis, no look pass. And back to Davis from where it came from. And Alton commits their first foul of this game. Kristen Harden, the 6'1 sophomore, picks up his team's first foul. And it is a shooting foul. And to the line is Devin Davis, where he is 12 of 21 this year from the free throw line. Hits the first one. Shot number 2 for the Collinsville junior coming up. And that one rattles but won't fall. Rebound belongs to Harden, and then we have a whistle on the play. It's going to be a foul against Peak. Blake Peak, the 6'1 sophomore, commits his first foul, team's fourth. And Kirk Howard checks back into the game for Alton. Noah Harden to the bench. And the ball carrier is Clantonell. Dumps it off now to Howard. Howard, top of the key, now onto the wing for Elliott. Elliott being watched by Lorsbach. Dribbles just outside the lane, puts it back into the corner, and that's Clantonell. And into the paint. Oh, nice job on the patience by Christian Harden. Man, he pulled that ball down, and he let 2 Kahawks fly right by him before then he was cleared for takeoff and had plenty of room to put that one off the glass and into the rim. Nice play by the 6'1 sophomore for Alton, Kristen Harden. Collinsville, they still lead 21-9. 3-point shot from Weisinger, nothing but net. And Collinsville is raining some threes here early on. Here's Clantonell. Right wing. Baseline. Takes the shot, and he traveled. Well, the shot went in, so if the whistle would have been anything but a travel, probably would have resulted in a 2+1. As it is, 7th turnover for Alton. 5:09 left to play here in this second quarter. Here's Devin Davis. Across the way for Weisinger. Weisinger on the far side sideline to Davis. Davis at the free throw line. Lost the ball, but it bounces right to his teammate, and the teammate can't get it in. Wilkinson has had a little tough luck there recently trying to get those to come in, but Davis helps clean it up, and Davis now with 3 points. Collinsville extends their lead 26-9. Here's Howard. Outside onto the wing. Clantonell thought about that 3, didn't he? Now out to the top of the key. Howard. Howard dribbles his way forward into the perimeter. Davis following him the whole way and doesn't let him get any farther than that. Here is Roger Elliott for 3. That was a big old rainbow shot there, but wouldn't fall. Collinsville picks up the rebound all the way up, and wouldn't fall in for Wilkinson. Told you he's having some tough luck. Matt Clark there, that was Weisinger to clean up that one. And I'm sure that if you ask Wilkinson, he'll take it every time. Sure, I'll miss, and my teammate can clean up after me and get the points. As long as we get the points, that's all that matters. But sooner or later, Wilkinson's ball will start to drop. Here is Elliott. Just got to stay with it. Elliott. Into the corner for McLean. No, that's Hall, excuse me. Out front for Clantonell. He drives in from the left wing and muscles his way through, but overshoots the basket. Comes out the other side for Davis. Davis muscles it up the floor to Horace. And Horace, a shovel pass with one hand to Clark. Turnaround jump shot, good for 2. Matt Clark picks up his 7th. 30-9 in favor of Collinsville. As we approach 3 minutes to play. Been a while since we've had a whistle. That's why we haven't had a mass timeout yet. Kind of weird to be this far into the quarter and not have to already have one of those. I don't want to get used to that, though. When I start saying things like it's kind of weird not to have a mask timeout, we're in trouble. Here's Elliott on to the wing for Clantnell. Right in front of Eric Anderson, the Collinsville junior varsity head coach, and then he shoots it into the corner, and shot by Hall, rolls right around the rim. Collinsville comes away with another board, and they bring it up to Clark, and Clark, sink it, count it, +1. Push is the call on Roger Elliott Jr., and there is your aforementioned mask timeout. So we will take a mask timeout as well, and we're back in just a moment on the Kahok Sports Network.
Do you have a big land improvement project that requires some outside help? Call Petroff Trucking Company. The Petroff Companies have been shaping the metro area since 1975. Family owned and operated, Petroff Trucking Company can do the job and do it right. Hauling, excavating, and grading, they do that and more. Petroff Companies also has roll-off dumpster rentals. They also specialize in dirt and rock sales. Petroff Trucking Company can help you develop your land for your needs. Petroff Trucking Company. Check out their website, petrofftrucking.com, or give them a call, 618-797-6100. Petroff Trucking Company, shaping the metro area since 1975.
Drink it in. Powerful, vibrant, nutrient-rich fuel for healthy, active, experience-rich lives. Each ingredient chosen carefully, every blend crafted masterfully. Nurturing your passion, nourishing your purpose. So you can be your best self, live your best life, and rule the day.
Todd Duke, Miranda Rogers back with you from Virgil Fletcher Gymnasium. 2:34 left to play here in this first half, 32-9 in favor of Collinsville. And the Kahawks have the ball at the free throw line. Matt Clark trying to put in one. Clark on the year, 5 of 7 from the free throw line. One and only shot on the way, and the one and only shot is good. And then we have player substitutions going on. 33-9 in favor of Collinsville. Inbound pass comes into Stampley from Howard. And the two cross the timeline. Into the corner it goes for Hall. Back out front for Howard. Howard gives it up for Elliott. Back over to Hall. Directing traffic is Elliott, and then a low pass. Stampley with it. Back to Elliott. Onto the wing. Howard for three. Yes! Second three-pointer of the festivities here for Alton, and they have hit double digits. 33-12, 150 left to play here in this first half. Devin Davis gives it to Clark. Clark, free throw line, makes his move strong, but he had a little bit too much on the shot, but that's okay. Devin Davis is there to clean it up. Davis now with 5 points. 95 seconds left to play here in this first half. Alton with the ball. Here's Stampley. He is in. He was down. I think all 5 guys were surrounding him, and he still manages to get the shot off and still manages to pick up a foul in the meantime after the rebound. And Matt Clark will pick up his second foul. He becomes the first player of the game with multiple fouls. All the way out front it goes to Howard. We'll switch sides, give it to Elliott. Into the corner and then back out of the corner. Keelan Carruthers, the 6'4 freshman, out there for the first time. Almost picked off. Into the corner, another three-point shot on the way. That one's a little too strong. Misses the mark, but Alton's there to pick up their own rebound. Under a minute to go. Far side wing, Howard. Back out this way now for Elliott. There's a turnover. And here is Wilkinson, and he finally does it. He gets those 2 points he's been after here in this quarter. 37-12. Collinsville extending their lead. 40 seconds left to play here in this first half. Here's Howard. Howard comes in from the right wing. Stops his dribble at the free throw line, hands the ball off, and then gets it all right back. Tries a three-point shot. That one's short. And there's Matt Clark with the rebound for Collinsville. Jayhawks bring it up. Clark on the far wing. Back over this way now. That is Darren Pinnell into the game for the first time. Over to Wilkinson. Collinsville playing for the last shot. We're down to 10 seconds. Here is Davis. Davis gets around his screen into the corner, and no good on the three-point shot by Wilkinson. At the buzzer, rebound put back, and that one is good. Off of the hands of Devin Davis, and Collinsville adds 2 points right before the buzzer sounds, and we go to halftime with Collinsville leading by a score of 39-12. We will crunch the numbers, come back and tell you all about the first half stats in just a moment here on the Kahok Sports Network.
As the Director of Sports Medicine at Next Level Performance Institute, I oversee the care of all of our athletes, many high school, collegiate, and professional. Our goal is to help athletes stay on the field and maximize their performance. We have state-of-the-art diagnostic equipment where we can actually perform testing to get to the root cause of problems that could be getting in the way of athletic performance. When it comes to taking care of athletes, we take a full-body approach. Whether it's musculoskeletal ailments, nutritional issues, organic issues such as headaches, sinuses, digestive issues, we have advanced training to where we can remedy health issues and return that athlete to play as quickly as possible. If you or your athlete are dealing with any kind of nagging sports injury and would like to see if we can possibly help, feel free to give us a call or come by the office anytime.
Call Up Jennings Florist, a Collinsville original since 1939. Call Up Jennings Florist has a wide variety of green and blooming plants, specializing in all designs, from traditional to trend settings. Call Up Jennings Florist is of course your place for beautiful flowers, suitable for any occasion. From anniversaries to birthdays, graduations to weddings, Call Up Jennings Florist is there for any life's major moments. Call Up Jennings Florist, 517 West Clay Street in Collinsville. Call 344-0404 or online at callupjennings.com.
At Visionary Wealth Advisors, we empower you to see your future before it's your future, to create your inheritance, to build your vision, to anticipate the known and unknown, and to find potential in both, and build new dawns. Visionary Wealth Advisors.
The Junior Service Club of Collinsville has been a proud supporter of KahokSports.com and the Kahok Sports Network from day one. Since 1934, the Junior Service Club of Collinsville has been providing women in the community an opportunity to make a difference with fundraisers and projects, all that go towards helping the needy in Collinsville. If you would like any information on any event sponsored by the Collinsville Junior Service Club, head to Facebook, type in Collinsville Junior Service Club, and then click on the Event tab. We thank the Collinsville Junior Service Club for their continued support of the Kahok Sports Network and KahokSports.com. Ogle Auctions in Collinsville, the newest in online auctioning. Go to ogleauctionshighbid.com. That's HIBid.com to check out what's up for bid in the next auction. Ogle Auctions deals with everyday items like board games, t-shirts, and more, to collectibles, whether that is a vehicle, vinyl records, or vintage toys. Or how about a trolley car? And Ogle Auctions is always on the lookout for more items. Check out their next online auction at ogleauctionshighbid.com. That's ogleauctionshibid.com. Or call Kim Ogle today at 618-980-4530.
Pace Design and Construction in Maryville. Whether building a new home, making an addition to the home you currently own, or finally getting around to that remodeling job you've been putting off, Pace Design and Construction in Maryville can help. Pace Design and Construction is a building and remodeling contractor you can trust. They provide the highest quality, they are dedicated to their customers, and are committed to completing your project on time and within budget. Pace Design and Construction in Maryville. Give them a call at 618-407-5466, online at pacedesignconstruct.com, or on Facebook at Pace Construction Design.
Welcome back to Virgil Fletcher Gymnasium. Halftime of this game between Collinsville and Alton, 39-12. Collinsville in control of this one. They pretty much have been since the start. 18-5 was the score after one quarter of play. Collinsville took that 13-point lead, added more onto it. They outscored Alton in that second quarter 21-7. When these two teams met earlier in the year, the first game of the year, Collinsville held Alton to single digits in the first, second, and third quarters. It wasn't until the fourth quarter that Alton scored 11 points to get themselves into double digits for one quarter. So far, they've got 5 in the first, 7 in the second. Leading scorer in this one is Matt Clark, already into double digits. He has 10. After that, you have Devin Davis for Collinsville with 7. Zach Chambers with 6. Jamori Weisinger also has 7. Zach Chambers with 6. Nick Horace with 5. And then a couple of points each for Alex Lowersback and Jake Wilkinson. Team leader in points for Alton is 5 from Roger Elliott Jr., 3 points from Kirk Howard, and then 2 apiece from Prince Clanton L. and Kristen Harden on a pretty nifty play, if I do say so myself. Rebound battle being won by Collinsville, 11-9. Alton turned the ball over 8 times in that first half compared to 4 for Collinsville. And from the lines, Collinsville went 2 of 3 from the free throw line, while Alton did not have a free throw participant in that first half. And from the three-point line, Collinsville took 6 shots from the three-point stripe. They made half of them. That's 3. Alton took 10 three-point shots during that first half and made 2. That is where we stand right now at halftime, 39-12 in favor of Collinsville. We'll take a break and come back. Second half action comes your way next on the Kahok Sports Network.
Lakeside Roofing in Collinsville. Let the professionals at Lakeside Roofing protect your most important investment, your home or business. Have the elements taken a toll on your roof system? Notice a leaking roof? Maybe it's time for a free roof inspection. Regular maintenance can extend the life of your roofing system by 10 years or more. Lakeside Roofing is your winning team for commercial and residential roofing systems. Lakeside All-Star professionals have installed, repaired, and maintained hundreds of roofs on both sides of the river. Call Lakeside Roofing today at 618-344-2800 in Collinsville or 314-241-5253 or online at lakesideroofing.com. Choose experience, choose Lakeside.
Hi, Purple and White fans. This is Dan Mode, class of 1989. I'm with New American Funding. Myself and New American Funding are proud sponsors of Kahok Athletics. As we have great coaches at CHS on all the courts, fields, and tracks, we like to coach you through the home buying process and refinance process. If there's ever anything we can do, I can be reached at 618-973-5343 or www.danmodeloans.com. Let's support our student athletes at CHS. They deserve the best. Thank you for your time, and go Kahawks.
The reviews are in. Old Herald Brewery and Distillery in Collinsville is a hit in the Metro East. Folks both local and just visiting the area are calling Old Herald Brewery and Distillery a must-stop destination in Collinsville. Old Herald Brewery and Distillery in Collinsville is located at 115 East Clay Street in Collinsville and is home to one of the only restaurants in the state with their own brewery and distillery that produces some of the best brews and spirits in the industry. And the food? All created by an in-house chef using local ingredients that will please any palate. Old Herald Brewery and Distillery in Collinsville has daily specials for both inside diners as well as offering curbside pickup specials and family-size specials. And don't forget to take home a bottle or a growler of beers brewed on site at Old Herald Brewery and Distillery. Old Herald Brewery and Distillery in Collinsville. Check their Facebook page for daily specials, online ordering at oldheraldbrewery.com, or give them a call at 8027.
Collinsville High School alumni Stacy Lauenstein, CHS class of 91, Lisa Bassetto, Sarah Sulke, and Tracy Limp, CHS class of 94, Tony Geisen, CHS class of 96, and Kevin Robinson, CHS class of 99, want to wish all of our Kahawks a great year. We look forward to cheering you on and supporting you. Work hard on the court and the field, as well as in the classroom. Remember, once a Kahawk, always a Kahawk. Hashtag Kahawk Family.
Back here at Virgil Fletcher Gymnasium, Todd Duke, Miranda Rogers with you. JV game right now. Varsity game will be next. For those of you unfamiliar, I will shut down the JV game, and then we'll fire everything back up for the varsity game. A lot easier to find that way when folks who are working tonight want to look at the game later tonight or tomorrow. Instead of having one 4-hour game, then you have to search through to get to the game you want. I'll have them separated. Collinsville has the lead, and they have the ball to start off the second half. And here is Wilkinson. Pulls into the perimeter, takes the shot, and that's over the rim and knocked out of bounds by Lorsbach. Turnover for Collinsville. And that is how quarter number 3 gets underway. So here comes Alton and Byron Stampley. Stampley hands the ball off right in front of his bench to Clanton L. Now back out to the top of the key for Harden. Harden, he'll launch a 3-shot point from there, and that one hits the top of the backboard after it hit the rim. Rebound belongs to Wilkinson, and Collinsville brings it up, sets up their offense. Here's Davis. Davis, no look pass to Chambers, and Chambers just overshot the basket big time. And a jump ball called afterwards. Possession arrow in favor of Alton. So Collinsville has turned the ball over twice on their first 2 offensive touches here in this third quarter. Kahawks lead by 27 in this one right now. Here is Harden at the free throw line for Carruthers. Carruthers then gives it up for Hall, and then back out front we go for Harden. Harden in the slot makes his move. Outside the lane, takes the shot off the glass and the rim, won't go. And the rebound knocked out of bounds by Zach Chambers. So, Alton keeps it. Inbound pass coming in from Clanton L. Under his own basket, offset right. And a bounce into the paint, almost thrown back, and now it is going to be thrown back, and Alton commits their first turnover of the second half. So the score remains 39-12. Here's Alex Lorsbach for Collinsville. He brings the ball up court to Wilkinson. Gets it back now over to Davis. Davis back to Lorsbach. Back to Wilkinson on the wing. Free throw line for Clark. Underneath for Chambers. Off the glass. Good for 2. For the 6'7 Collinsville freshman, Zach Chambers, who now has 8 points. Collinsville strikes first here in the second half. Let's see if Alton can answer. Stampley gives it up to Hall. Now back over on the wing for Harden. Top of the key for Stampley. Stampley looking for somewhere to go with it. Comes over here to, oh, well, it was a nice little roll by Clanton L. That ball had just enough spin on it to fall down in the cylinder. 41-14, Collinsville has the lead. Here is Wilkinson. Tries to bounce it in for Chambers, but he bounced it right to a guy wearing red, and that's a turnover. And to add insult to injury, we add a foul onto that one, and Jake Wilkinson will pick up his second. Team first here in the second half. Matt Clark and Jake Wilkinson have 2 fouls. They're the only ones on either bench with 2. Here's Hall for 3. That one swishes all the way around the rim. Won't fall in. Rebound belongs to Collinsville. Hawks bring it up. Here's Lorsbach over to Davis. Davis, no look pass at the line for Matt Clark. Top of the key, Lorsbach thought about the 3. Dumps it off to Davis. He will shoot the 3. And it hits the inside of the rim and goes out of bounds all the way over in that far side corner. Collinsville had 4 first-half turnovers. They've already committed 3 here in the third quarter. 5.5 to go here in quarter number 3. 41-14. Collinsville with the lead. Here is Stampley over on the far side to Clanton L. and into the paint. Oh, get that out of here, says Chambers. And Chambers slammed that ball right down onto the ground, and Collinsville picks it up. Here's Clark back to Davis. Davis, touch pass inside for Chambers. No room, so Clark will try a three. It's a little bit short. And the rebound this time belonging to the Alton Redbirds. They're doing a fine job rebounding, are the Redbirds. Just not getting a lot of points off of those rebounds. Here's Clantonell. Over to this wing now for Hall. Hall, far side for Harden. Harden at the top of the key, gives it up for Stampley. Now back into the corner for Hall. Clantonell drives and runs right into Matt Hall, and that causes Clantonell to travel. Thought it was going to be a charging call, but travel call, I guess, a little less violent, and we've reached that mask timeout mark here in this third quarter, so we'll step aside for just a moment. Back in a minute here on the Kahok Sports Network.
Just because we're adults doesn't mean we don't have toys, am I right? If your adult toys consist of boats, campers, or RVs, then you need to call the GASA storage team of professionals. Winter weather in the Midwest can be quite harsh, and finding a place to properly store those expensive toys for winter can be just as rough as a Midwest winter. That's where the GASA storage team comes in, with outdoor self-storage and covered storage for your toys. They even have tractor-trailer parking. Conveniently located at Horseshoe Lake Road and 111 in Pontoon Beach. GASA Storage, for the safe storage of all of your toys. Contact the GASA Storage team, gasastorage@gmail.com, or call today, GASA Storage Team, 618-797-6100.
Plumbing or electrical problems? Is your AC or heater on the fritz? There are dozens of companies out there, but do you really know who you're letting in your home? Trust Tiger. Our technicians are clean-cut, drug-free, and background checked. What other company can make this bold statement? Our 24-hour emergency service will ensure your plumbing, heating, AC, and electric are up and running no matter what time of day it is. Schedule your appointment today. Tiger Plumbing, Heating, Air Conditioning, and Electrical Services. We earn our stripes every day.
Back here at Collinsville High School, mask timeout is over. And we're about ready to get back to action. 41-14. Collinsville has a lead, so mirror images up on the scoreboard involving the 4s and the 1s, and the time left is 4:40. Would have been really cool if it was 4:41. I don't know. Thinking out loud. I do that sometimes. Here's Davis. Over to Wilkinson, back to Davis, now to Lorsbach. Lorsbach over to Davis, and then back to young Alex, and into the paint, and a give and go from Chambers to Clark, and Clark extends his game high scoring. He now has 12. Trying to answer, Alton. Here is Clantonell. Clantonell, top of the key. Over onto the wing, near side. And then in the paint, and a good shot right off of the glass. Using that glass is always smart sometimes. 2 points, first 2 points of the game for Stampley. Here's Wilkinson, out to Lorsbach, over to Davis, back to Lorsbach. Free throw line, just some passing going on. Lorsbach, over to Davis. And a little off-balance shot there and partially knocked out. And a save on the rebound by Chambers. Now back toward the free throw area. And all alone, back door. Lorsbach was just standing underneath waiting. 45-16. Collinsville with the lead. 3:20 left to play here in quarter number 3. Here's Harden. Harden dribbles and drives. Hands the ball off to Stampley. Stampley pulls up stakes and gives it up now for Clantonell. Clantonell over on the far side wing for Harden. Harden looks for the baseline move. Nothing there. Closed off by Chambers, and then that ball ends up going out of bounds. Last touch by Matt Clark trying to go for the steal. So Alton will retain possession with 3:01 left to play here in this third. Christian Harden comes back into the game for Alton. All kinds of player changes going on here for Collinsville. 3 players out, 3 players in. Nick Horace is back in, as is Blake Peak. And Jamori Weisinger. Here's Harden with the ball for Alton. Gives it up to Clantonell. He'll launch a 3, and he'll hit it. Clantonell hits his first 3-point shot. And now Collinsville back on the offense. Over to Horace. Weisinger Lorsbach, he'll see if he can answer that three. That's a little short. Bounces over the rim. Collinsville gets the rebound. That is Weisinger, puts it up, still a little short. Another rebound, and Collinsville trying to stay with it, but this time they can't. All the way up to Hall. He'll launch a shot. I think his feet were on the line. No good. Rebound belongs to Collinsville. Kahawks bring it back up with 2:10 left to play here in this third quarter. Lorsbach over to Horace. He'll shoot a three from there. That one's a little strong. And the rebound for Weisinger. Weisinger staying with it. Top of the key for Lorsbach. To the free throw line. Kicks it back out and back over where it came from. And another nice little piece of give and go there between Clark and Nick Horace this time. 47-19. Collinsville leads. 1:45 left to play here in this third quarter. Here's Clanton L. Dumps it off, but he wasn't looking where he was going, and there wasn't a player there to pick it up that was wearing the red jersey, and Matt Clark makes him pay for it. Clark now up to 16 points here in this contest. Final 90 seconds to play here in this third quarter. Here's Clanton L. Into the middle and another turnover. Back the other way we go, all the way up to Peak. Peak off the glass underneath. No, they're going to call it a charge. So Blake Peak will pick up his second foul. Stops the clock with 1:17 left here in this third quarter. Kirk Howard comes back in for Alton, as does Kalon Carruthers and Simon McLean. Inbound pass coming in from Carruthers. Stampley brings it across the timeline. Over to Howard. Howard looks, gives it to Hall, but then he was going to go right back to Howard, and Howard was already heading toward that left wing, so that's the 14th turnover for Alton. Comes with 1:02 left to play here in this third quarter. And the inbound pass will come in from Blake Peak. Into the backcourt for Lorsbach. Lorsbach across the timeline. Under a minute to go here in the third. Over to Weisinger. He'll line a three up, and that one's a little too long. And the rebound belongs to Alton. Stampley into the corner for Hall. Just off the free throw line, Carruthers. And he'll back the ball up to McLean. And the pass from McLean to Hall, interrupted by Weisinger. Alton will keep it, 35.6 to play. 49-19, Collinsville with the 30-point lead. Howard gets it to Stampley. Stampley back out for Howard, and Howard runs right into a player wearing the purple and the white, and the ball is loose, and it's picked up by Collinsville. Lorsbach over to Peak, back to Lorsbach. 15 seconds to go. Here's Weisinger into the corner and back out from Mr. Wilkinson to Lorsbach. Lorsbach, 5 seconds left. Over to Peak. Peak dribbles across the paint, takes the shot, and it's a little short, but there is Lorsbach at the buzzer to put it in for two. Nick Lorsbach, he knows when to make his presence known, and that gives him 7 points, and that gives Collinsville 51 and Alton 19 as we head to the fourth quarter, and we'll be back in just a little bit here on the Kahok Sports Network.
Are the lights on your dashboard putting on a show? Bring it to Mike's Automotive in Collinsville. Mike's Automotive is also a T3 certified tire center. They can handle all of the basics like oil changes and tune-ups, and the not-so-basics like complete engine rebuilds. Mike's Automotive also has 24-hour towing and has 3 locations: Millstadt, St. Louis, and in Collinsville. The Collinsville location is at 1150 St. Louis Road, just blocks from the high school. Or call 345-0611, online at mikesautomotive.net and Mike's Automotive on Facebook.
Pack Mail of Collinsville, locally owned and operated by Ryan Combs. Pack Mail can ship anything, anywhere. They treat you like a neighbor because, well, you are a neighbor. Pack Mail offers shipping materials and containers, private mailboxes, as well as climate-controlled self-storage. Visit Pack Mail at 407 Beltline Road in Collinsville. Online, WeShipSt.Louis.com or call Pack Mail at 346-4884.
Back at Collinsville High School, 51-19. Kahawks have the lead, and they lead by 32, which means we will have running clock for the entire fourth quarter. It'll only stop when teams take timeouts and, of course, the mask timeout. There's a ball that goes all the way into the backcourt, gets tipped. And that is Matthew Shelton, in case you were wondering. His first venture into the JV team. He is a 5'7" sophomore. Into the corner for Peak. He'll launch a three-shot from there. It's a little long. Rebound belongs to Weisinger. And Weisinger will travel baseline and try a reverse layup. That's no good. This time the rebound belongs to Alton. Up court with it. That's Howard. Howard on the wing. Over onto the far side now for Stampley. Stampley just outside the lane takes the shot. Good for two. Stampley now has four. All four scored here in the second half. Finally over the 20-point plateau are the Alton Redbirds. Over to Shelton. To Weisinger. Pennell, and no. We have a foul. Pennell will head to the free throw line. Foul is going to go against Keelan Carruthers, the 6'4" freshman. To the free throw line, that'll be Darren Pennell. His first trip to the free throw line as a JVer. Short. First free throw participant here in this second half. Harden comes back into the game. So does Clanton L for Alton. And at the free throw line, one more try coming for the freshman Pennell, and he hits that one. And here come the Alton Redbirds. They almost gave the ball up again. Here's Stampley. Gets it outside now for Hall. Into the paint and back to Stampley. Off the glass, won't fall. And the rebound belongs to Collinsville. Weisinger brings the ball up. Gets it to young Mr. Horace. Into the corner now, Peak. Back out front for Shelton. Weisinger with it on the far side sideline. Weisinger makes his move and partially blocked, gets his own ball back, gives it up to Horace. Horace drives baseline, kicks it out for Weisinger on the left wing, and now over to Peak. Back out front for Weisinger. Weisinger back to Peak. Peak almost left his area. Now a little baseline corner action for Nick Horace. Out front for Weisinger. Collinsville slows it down a little bit. Everybody's outside of the perimeter. Shelton over. Three-pointer good for Pennell. Only hit one of two from the free throw line, but he nailed that three-pointer with nothing but net. Collinsville to Clanton L. Back out this way now for Elliott. Elliott will try to match that three-pointer. No good, but the rebound and the putback is good for Blake Hall. And Blake Hall has his first 2 points of this game. Here's Horace. Over to Weisinger. Weisinger. Into the corner. That is Nick Horace. Dayton Horace, the older brother, still nursing a little bit of an injury, I think, unless he's set to go play. I think he's going to ready to play in the varsity game. That's what I think it is. Talked to Coach earlier. He was up here messing with the thing that plays the music, the iPad. And here's a three-point shot from Shelton. That's a little short. And he said that Pennell was nursing a sore knee. Didn't know if he was going to play or not, but he's out there. Ball ends up out of bounds. And now we have that mask timeout. That stops the clock with 4:06 left to play, as we do have running clock here in this fourth quarter. But the mask timeout will necessitate a stoppage in the old clock. We will stop as well, and we're back in just a moment on the Kahok Sports Network.
All Pro Tees in Caseyville is your place for custom apparel and has been for over 20 years now. Why? All Pro Tees can handle any size project, big or small, and they specialize in large group orders. At All Pro Tees, quality is number one on their list of priorities, as is evident by their excellent customer service. Do we mention All Pro Tees has over 20 years of experience? They can even help with fundraisers and event merchandising for your group. So for all of your apparel needs, for civic groups, sports teams, business outings, or even a family reunion, your apparel needs stop at All Pro Tees. All Pro Tees in Caseyville, right across the street from Kahok Stadium. Online at allprotees.com or on Facebook at All Pro Tees. Or call All Pro Tees at 344-2200.
Cafe Agape serves up some of the best sandwiches, burgers, pork steaks, meatloaf, fish, and more in Collinsville. And yes, they still cater. Wedding receptions, luncheons, business meetings, and much more. And Cafe Agape is your destination for all of your holiday and party favorites, both main courses as well as delicious sides. Cafe Agape in Collinsville is the only place to pick up a Kahok sandwich or dog and the new Flamin' Kahok sandwich. Cafe Agape, check them out at 703 St. Louis Road. Give them a call at 345-CAFE. That's 345-2233. And don't forget to tell them Stewie sent you.
That's right, folks. Don't forget to tell them Stewie sent you. Stewie Stewart loves his Cafe Agape. 4 minutes left to play here in this fourth quarter. Remember, we have a running clock due to the mercy rule. If you're up by 30 points in the fourth quarter at any point, the clock will continue to run unless there's a timeout called. Rebound belongs to Collinsville on the missed three-point shot. And a whistle as everybody crosses the timeline. And this one's going to go against Noah Harden. He'll pick up his first foul. That's only the second foul for the Redbirds. Matter of fact, this whole game they've only committed 5 fouls. So they got the discipline part down very well. Out on the wing, three-point shot. That's a little too strong for Pinnell. And the ball goes out of bounds. Turnover for Collinsville. They're ninth. Clock continues to run. Oh, look at that. We have the band. Wow. First time I've seen the band since last February. Maybe beginning of March. Nope, February, I think. Turnaround jump shot in the paint. No good. Rebound belongs to Wilkinson after the missed shot by Stampley. And here is Weisinger. Weisinger dumps it off now for Peak. Peak pulls back, top of the key, takes the shot, had his foot on the line, so no three-point attempt. Rebound, however, belongs to Alton, and then they throw the ball away. Alex Lorsback coming back in. He'll take the place of Nick Horace. 55-23. Collinsville has the lead, as it looks as if the JV Kahok basketball team is going to improve to 9-0 on the year. Over onto the corner on the far side, that's Peak. Gives it out to Weisinger. Weisinger, top of the key, now lowers back, gives it up for Pinnell. Back over to Peak. Dribble drive. He'll give it up to Shelton for three. That one rolls across the rim. You can tell everybody here in the gym wearing purple and white is just waiting for Shelton to hit a point here on the JV team. Nice block there by the 5'7 sophomore. Knocked that one out of bounds. Clock continues to run with 1:45 left to play. Inbound pass will come in from Roger Elliott Jr. Gets it into Stampley. And Stampley into the paint now. Hall, turn around, shot, count the bucket and the bruise. Hall gets his fourth. Foul belongs to Blake Peak. That's his third. And the clock continues to run even as Blake Hall is standing at the free throw line. Had that happen last night. Was about to run out of time before they got the second shot off, so they left 1 second on there until the shot was completed, then drained it down. So Blake Hall hits himself a traditional old-fashioned three-pointer. Under a minute to go. Underneath the basket, left wide open, but too hard off the glass was Peak. And the rebound belongs to Alton. Here is Clantonell. Bringing the ball up and tries the baseline, and Lorsback cut off his avenue. Here's Harden. Harden underneath the basket, tries to get it into Hall, but a little bit too hot to handle, and another turnover. Gets the ball back into the hands of the Kahawks. Here is Lorsback. Lorsback outside the perimeter will give it up to Pinnell. And with 25 seconds left, Collinsville will just hold on to it and let the rest of the time go off. Here's Weisinger. So JVers will improve to 9-0. Varsity action will be coming your way here in just a moment as the final seconds tick off of this clock. And Collinsville and their junior varsity basketball team will stay perfect. 9-0 and improve to 7-0 in conference play. And that is going to do it. 55-26 is our final score. Collinsville wins we will shut everything down, and we're going to fire everything back up for the varsity game. So we'll see you here in a few minutes on the Kahok Sports Network.